Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to take a look at another figure I got from a really great trade, which is Mastermind Creations. I don't know, I didn't get the packaging or instructions with these ones, so I don't know the name. I also didn't get the rivets to add on, but I don't care. So I'm just going to call him Skywarp, because that's what his name is. He's Skywarp. And then I'll put the real name in the description like I usually do when I can't remember. Character's name. But, so yeah, here he is in his playing mode. It looks really weird. I don't really recall seeing planes looking like this. But, I guess I'm probably wrong on that. Yeah, I kind of just wish that this whole back section would unhinge, like right here at the waist, and then this whole thing can just fold up back here. I mean, quite frankly, it kind of looks like what it should do, but it doesn't. Yeah. So. But yeah, he's got little train wheels, because apparently he's supposed to fit with the all the night morphers and such, which is cool, I guess. Propellers spin. He, like the Annihilator, I would say, use collector's caution when playing with these propellers, because they are small, they are thin, and I don't know how well they'll last up to, getting beat around a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool. I mean, like I said, as cool as this can be, it looks like a robot sitting down. Like I said, I don't quite recall planes ever looking quite like this, but again, I could be wrong. Like I said, I just wish this whole thing would just... Like, if you cut this thing in half and take this section and just transpose it on the back, I think it'd be awesome. But you can't, so we won't. Can we? Does that unhinge? No, that does not unhinge. Wish it did. So yeah. It's a pretty cool figure. I do dig it. In this mode, but I dig the robot mode a lot more. So let's get it into robot mode. So you flip the wheels in, just like so. And then you come here and you want to pull this piece down and then rotate the legs out. And then you can extend them all the way. When you are closing them up, there's a little tab right here that fits into that little slot right there. You got to line those up, and it can be a little bit of a pain to do that, but yeah, once you get those in there, you're good. And then back here, you want to pull this piece straight down, and there's a little tab right here that plugs into right there. So that piece goes right into there. Very tight fitting joint there. You know what? I'm going to push this back in and put this back in just briefly, because I don't want to transform these guys back and forth every single time. So there is the Skywarp. Here is the Thundercracker. And here is the Starscream. So you see how all three of them look together. And they look really good. Like I said, I wish the legs would go into the back, but, whatever. They look really great together. Definitely looks like an ominous sight. Again, seeing all these Seekers flying through the air would not be a very pleasant day for me if I was on the receiving end of that one. But yeah, the planes look good, especially together. So anyway, back to what we were doing. So you unplug that, straighten the leg down. Do the same thing over here. So you want to pull this piece here down. You rotate this around and straighten out the leg. Rotate this whole thing around like so. And then you want to take this piece here and it just folds up like so. And you just fold it up like so. It's a pretty simple transformation there. Let's see here. You can fold this piece. Can you fold this piece up? And you can fold it a little bit up. Fold the heel spur down. There you go. There are the legs done. Then up here, what we want to do is you want to open up these panels right here. Oh, this one already came undone. But basically you're opening up the panels because this wing, when you transform this back into jet mode, you got to do it in this order. You've got to open up this panel, put the hand in, and then you put this, there's two little tabs or slots here and on the inside of the forearm right there where my thumb's at. So you put these guys, put this in, but if you have this thing collapsed, you can't get this this tab here in there. So you got to have this open. You put this in, and then you close it up on the tab. Once you do that, it gets in there and it's really tight. It's really nice. I really dig it. Really sturdy too. All right, so you fold down those wings, and you want to let's see this piece. Make sure this piece is just up here, pushed into place. All the skirting's right. And then you take the arms and you unplug them. There's a little tab right there. Little tab right there. That plugs into a slot in the shoulder right there. So you untab that, you rotate it down. Then there's the behind the elbow here. Let me pull this cannon off. You can take the cannons off for transformation or not. I think they don't really get in the way, so I just leave them where they're at. So it's one of the few Seekers in the world where you don't have to remove the cannons, which is really nice. So you take this, and behind this elbow there's this little tab looking thing that'll plug into the back of the elbow. So once you get that up there, you just give that a good push, locks that into place, and he still has an elbow, but he loses that little bend right there, but that's for transformation. Alright. So you flip this out, and then you can flip out the hand like so. Lock that back in. Like I said, you just open up the arm and it just locks that into place. Flip out the hand, lock that in, rotate the cannons, straighten everything out, put this cannon back on. Like I said, you don't really need to take it off for transformation, but you can. And then you want to come back here and you pull these little gray hinges here. They just tab into this back right here. So you just unplug those, they fold back. Take this assembly here. This will just rotate back, and you push the blade in like so. And it just sits on his back like that. Then you take the wings and they just fold back. Flip everything up. Flip up his head, and then you can flip out the little side wings on the sides. You don't have to. You can leave them closed. They'll look more like a regular seeker head if you leave them closed, but you can do whatever you want to. And then fold these wings here in, and there you have the Hearts of Steel Skywarp in robot mode. And I really like this robot mode. He looks real nice, real intimidating, and really pointy. So when I get the other two reviewed, we'll go through all the differences between their robot modes. They do have different moldings, slight retools of each other. Like I said, we'll go through that all on the final video, which will be Screamer. But yeah, posability. Let's talk posability here. Oh, I forgot. You got to pull these. Take these arms and you pull them up. I know they go up. There you go. So you just slide them up like so. That's a little bit better. Alright, so posability. Head is on a ball joint. Gets a good range of motion. It's a little hindered by everything around it, so you just kind of have to be cautious of that. This particular seeker has like a screaming face, which is pretty cool. I do dig it. Shoulder is on a ratchet up and down, goes in and out. There's a bicep swivel, bends at the elbow. Hand is on a ball joint, so it gets a good range of motion there. Cannons can rotate around if you need to. That's more for transformation, but it's there. It's got a waist swivel. Hips go up, down, and out. Bends at the knee. He's got two bends at the knee, so it gets a good range of motion there. There's a bicep swivel or thigh swivel. Foot is on a hinge and a ball joint right here, so good range of motion there. And then the heel can move a little bit, side to side, in and out. But yeah, pretty good posability there. For weapons, you can take these little wings here and they just unplug. Just push them. You push them up towards the body. Seems to be the easiest way for me to do it. And then you can take these and plug them into his hand. Again, this is one of those things I don't like about Mastermind Creations, is they have the weird open hands, and then you gotta take these things and kind of like rotate them in. But it works better on him than it does on the Predacons. So he's got this sword-esque thing. Let's see. Undo that. There's a way to make this giant pinwheel of death. I will not show that off because I really don't care for it, and neither should you. I'll probably show that off in one of the other videos when I have more time. And then back here, what you can do is you rotate this gear until it's you didn't see any of that, did you? Okay, so we'll show this one. So you see how there's a gear there. You rotate it till it's like that, and it's no longer locked in. And you can take the wing off. And then this can double as a handle. And you can plug this into his hand if you wish. And he's got this thing going on. And then you can also take this one, unlock it, and then you can take these and just kind of push them together, right? I don't know how these work. Oh. Yeah, there's just a little plug right in there near the top. Just kind of plug it in like so, and yeah, plug it in like so, and then yeah, you got this big thing. Let's just go ahead and show this off. I'm figuring this out as I go, though. I haven't actually done this yet, and it's not something I anticipate doing a whole lot of. So this will plug in somehow in here. Where? I think what we gotta do, let's unplug these guys. I think this will slide in here. Yeah, that'll slide in right there. So this one will slide in back here. There's just this little T-shaped slot right there, and that's a T-shaped peg at the tip of the blade right there. So you slide this in like so, and now we can take this and we plug it in the ports. So now we got this big pinwheel of death, and you can just put his hand through there, and yay! It's stupid. I mean, it's a fun little feature, I guess. Nothing I'm going to ever utilize because I don't care for it all that much. But I mean, it's cool that they were able to add that in without it actually hindering the robot mode all that much. So I'll just put everything back how it was. So you put that in there, right? Go. Lock back in. These are the same. Yeah, that's the same. And this is why I don't like doing things like the pinwheel of death, because it means I have to put everything back on for the size comparison. Which slows down the video, and you guys get to see me fumble around with it again, trying to get it back together. It like I said, the pinwheel of death. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't have put it into mine if I were designing a Transformer. I would have just not done that. Maybe instead give these wings a hinge so they can fold back a little bit. But hey, that's just me. I'm just a consumer. What do I Anyway, so I'm sure there's somebody out there that just absolutely loves the Pinwheel of Death, and they use it all the time. But I'm not one of those people. So yeah, all in all, really awesome figure. Let's get some size comparisons here. Here he is next to the Seeker, the classic Seeker, who comes up to about mid propeller. So he's definitely bigger than this deluxe here. And here he is next to the iGear Seeker. Who is about a head taller than him. So if you're looking for some Seekers that are, let's show them off against Optimus and Megatron too. So they are shorter than Classics Optimus and Megatron, but not by much. About a head shorter than Megatron, actually. Half a head shorter than Optimus. So, and if you're looking for some Seekers that are in classic scale that are just a little shorter than Megatron, these actually might be a better way to go than iGear ones. But if you're getting Hegemon, you're going to want to probably get the iGear guys. All in all, I'm really digging this mold. It's fun to transform them as long as you don't do the Pinwheel of Death. That's where scary things can happen. I can see. But I really like the way it looks, the way it feels, just the overall coloration. Again, I'm adding G2 logos to him because he's going to go into my G2 collection just because that's going to be my catch-all for everybody else that's not quite regular Decepticons, and this way I can justify having 2 Skywarps, 2 Thundercrackers, and 2 Starscreams on my shelves. But all in all, he does feel like these pieces could break easily, but I haven't seen it myself yet. So all in all, I'd give him a 9 out of 10. I really, really like it. My only real nitpick, I mean, he's a little fidgety, but he's really not that bad. My only nitpick is that the wings don't hinge. I wish they could hinge back a little bit, so they're not just straight to the sides. I wish they were kind of angled backwards, it's like the classic Seeker wings. They just go straight back too. But if they could hinge back a little bit, that would just make them so much better. If it was at an angle as opposed to just straight back. My opinion. That's one of the things I really like about the iGear ones is that it does hinge back. So yeah, I'm not going to do the other 2 right away. I'm going to do a couple other things just so I don't have to sit here and transform the same figure over and over and over again. So I do apologize for that, but yeah, whatever. Like I said, I just don't want to do the same thing over and over again.